How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be debuting the 98 overall Madison Bumgarner. I'm going to be trying him out during the signature event. That's how you're able to earn this card, and I just purchased him off the market. Let's go ahead and break down his attributes. And honestly, he has pretty good all-around attributes. He's more of a control and finesse type of pitcher. I've really enjoyed using Madison Bumgarner, though, ever since he had his 99 overall postseason card in MLB The Show 16. He can also hit a little bit. This is the signature card, so he does have 63 power, 65 power against lefties. A little bit lower in contact and vision, but he does have 98 durability, which will give him that unbreakable quirk. If we break down his overall pitches a little bit further, he has 99 break and 97 control on the cutter, as well as 93 break, 92 control on the curveball, 88 break, 87 control on the changeup. You know, his fastball has 95 control. The break doesn't matter as much. The slider is coming in with 77 control and 85 break. Regardless of some of these control attributes, the pitcher will just hang a pitch down the middle. Even with perfect feedback, sometimes you barely miss the meter or the hoop, or you have, just early feedback and he throws it right down the middle. So that will happen even with some of the better control pitchers in the game. But for this first game here, we will be using Madison Bumgarner for as many innings as possible, and we're also batting him in the leadoff spot. Because he is able to hit a little bit, I want to try and get him some at-bats. I'm looking forward to using him in ranked seasons, but I don't think he will be able to hit as well on Hall of Fame or Legend difficulty with that lower contact. The best way to use him, or at least hit with them, would be on All-Star, and this is, the signature event. We won't be facing as good of pitching. I'm just trying to get some good quality gameplay with some of these cards that I'm kind of trying out as of lately. But this guy's got a pretty good squad all around. All signature series players. He's got Jorge Posada in, the third spot or the fourth spot of this lineup. We get the second out of the inning and almost get a double play here as we have Giancarlo Stanton in center. But I've seen a lot of the same type of teams in this thing. I've played only a handful of games of this signature event, but I've had some fun with it. It's pretty good. I like these shortened 3-inning games. But here we have Madison Bumgarner in his debut. Very first game here. I'm waiting for that fastball inside. I know Madison Bumgarner, one-handed swing. Well, I guess it can be a little bit slow because of the contact attribute. As we get a pitch right there, I knew he was going to throw it. I knew he was going to throw that fastball inside, and we hit a no-doubter. Madison Bumgarner can pitch a little bit, and he can really swing it with the bat here. We'll go ahead and get into a little bit of an instant replay. Didn't want to replay the home run to the opponent or anything, but I did want to go in, check out this no-doubter and this bat flip, see how far this thing went. It actually went 399 feet. I thought it was going a little further. But later on in the same inning, we're going to go ahead and smack a no-doubter with Larry Walker to the opposite field. A good pitch there. Not a bad sinker at all. Just kind of went down and got that one. That opponent ended up quitting out of it, so we'll hop into another one. Madison Bumgarner batting in the 9 spot this time, but also looking to pitch as many innings as I can. Also, this is my first initial game. I kind of uploaded these games and clips out of order. We have to start off the video with a no-doubt home run from Madison Bumgarner if possible. But anyway, this is actually the very first game I'll be using him in, and here we have Jimmy Rollins starting off with a nice solid robbed home run there. Kenny Lofton scales the wall and takes that one away. Thought for sure it was gone. Didn't even think he had a chance to rob it, but that will change the game. We'll be going back to that exact play a little bit later. Craig Biggio smacks a double to the opposite field. Perfect line drive. That's going to bring up Edwin Encarnacion. After we kind of moved him over on a sac fly to left field, we drive him in with Edwin. Edwin has been great in this event. I've really only used this card in this thing, and he's, hit a couple walk-offs. He's played pretty well at first base. Anyway, we have Madison Bumgarner, very first batter that I'm facing, or at least, when I'm using this card, trying him out for the first time, he gives up a solo shot. I still think that this card's good. Home runs are definitely going to happen, especially on All-Star, and I just thought that was funny that was actually the first batter I'm facing with Madison Bumgarner, and he goes deep. Anyway, we are able to take the lead. Once again, Ken Griffey Jr. smacks a no-doubt home run against a lefty. That's the gold, Ken Griffey Jr. And we have a chance to go deep once again here with Mad Bum. Just did not quite get early enough on that swing. I mean, just didn't get the barrel of the bat to the baseball to pull it. It was also inside off the plate. But I know that that's where people are going to attack with or against Madison Bumgarner. They're going to try and throw that fastball inside. His leg kick, he has a little bit, of that one-handed swing. If you're able to get the bat out in front and get that swing started early, Madison Bumgarner will do some damage for you, as you saw with the no-doubter there in that first game of this video. But anyway, we're facing Kenny Lofton. Kenny Lofton is a glitch in this game. He's just so good. He has a really quick swing. He can even, round the bases, try and take the extra base, get back. He's just lethal. I expect this guy to steal, but this is kind of what I was talking about with that hanging of a changeup, or, I did miss the hoop a little bit over the middle. I also missed the first initial feedback, so there are some variables in why you're going to hang pitches down the plate, but it just seems to happen, after an error, maybe after a hard base hit or a 2-out base knock to kind of get a 2-out rally going. Your pitcher will just lob one in there. They'll give up a 2-run shot, 3-run shot, sometimes more. But this game went into 7 innings. We are here in extras, and Ryan Sandberg is going deep. He breaks the tie, 4-3 game. We kind of both ran out of pitchers, but I was able to kind of break it open here. We had to put up 4 consecutive zeros in a row because this opponent was the home team. I think he also has that Challenge of the Week banner, so he did have a pretty good record of ranked seasons. I also think I sent this guy a friendly quit. I sent a couple of friendly quits while I was playing. I just had some stuff to do right before the game started, and as I was kind of loading in, I'm like, oh shoot, I got to do this. Send a friendly, and they both denied it. One guy did accept it, but we ended up breaking this game open, and that one I thought was going to be robbed again, but we ended up scoring 6 runs in the top of the 7th inning. He quits out of that. It's not bad. I mean, I was able to get what I was trying to work on completed. I typed up an email and extra innings there, and we won the game as well, so that's nice. Anyway, we're going up against Walter Johnson. This guy throws a little bit harder than Madison Bumgarner, but Madison Bumgarner is a good finesse type of pitcher. I mean, he seems to induce a lot of weak contact. I mean, he is that finesse type of pitcher. He only gave up a couple of runs. I mean, throughout that second game, or I guess that first game I used him, he gave up 3 runs there. And, I mean, that was a pretty solid outing on All-Star. I'm not upset if I give up even a run every inning with the pitcher that I'm using, as long as I can minimize and I don't, start to hang a lot of pitches over the middle. But he does have some pretty good effective pitches. I mean, I'm trying to use the curveball to set up the fastball. I went with 2 fastballs up, a curveball low, and a fastball up, and then came right back with it here facing Jimmy Rollins. But I like using that sequence or kind of pitching backwards a little bit with this type of finesse pitcher to try and set up that cutter, because he does throw across his body a little bit, and it's tough to tell sometimes whether that pitch is inside or it's a strike on the inside corner when you're using a right-handed batter against Madison Bumgarner. So I kind of like to, tunnel pitches in that way. I'm trying to use the changeup to set up the slider inside. I'm trying to use the cutter to set up the changeup as well, just to kind of mix it up and use all 5 of his pitches. One thing I didn't really do too much in this video was change my camera view to the strike zone camera and focus on using that cutter, throwing it as a backdoor outside against right-handed pitching. But in this next at-bat here, we have a chance to walk it off. I missed that fastball inside, but once again, I mean, in all 3 at-bats that we've seen so far, the opponents have thrown that fastball inside. So if I'm able to turn on it like I did with that no-doubt home run, then I'm going to have some pretty good at-bats and some, a lot of hits with that Madison Bumgarner, because people are going to throw him like they would a lot of other pitchers. Fastballs in, try and use that off-speed away, or really just try and get their confidence up on specific pitches like I would do if I was facing the pitcher. But I really think that this card is going to be an end-game pitcher. I mean, I used Madison Bumgarner for a lot of the game cycle in last year's game, and he was a 98 overall, same attributes. The game kind of plays similar, I would say. There are some differences, but I think that the meta for pitching hasn't really changed all that much from last year to this year. Cutters and sinkers are the best pitches in the game, and then, of course, those off-speed pitches that have good control, that aren't hanging over the middle, that you can kind of locate with. And I think Madison Bumgarner would definitely be best on Legend. He would be better on Hall of Fame as well. I'm not sure, but Let's take one more look at this no doubter. I mean, I wasn't even all the way on it. The PCI was, and the feedback was perfectly on it, but it just didn't look that way with the swing. I'm not really sure, but we hit a no doubter with Bumgarner in his debut, and that's going to do it for this one. I'm College Lefty. Peace out and have a great day.